We got some stuff to talk about. Battlefield. This is their community update. A lot of stuff that's happening here has been going on. All right. This came out a few days ago. Yesterday, a few days ago. I can't remember. But everything was like messing up with my stream and I got so annoyed so I put off on it. But we're gonna do it today and see what they're gonna be doing this community update that's coming up pretty soon. So Battlefield 6 community update. Blast Point introduces Cairo Bazaar and BR solos, which we have seen in the roadmap, their 2026 roadmap, that they're adding Cairo Bazaar, which is basically Grand Bazaar. And then also for Red Sec, they're adding in solos finally. I believe people played it on labs already. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, it's very interesting. Anyway, what they're going to be covering is Cairo Bazaar, gameplay improvements, we got soldier visibility, vehicle updates, spray paints, don't really care, portable mortar, please nerf it, progression, looking ahead at gunplay changes. Red Sec, they got Battle Royale solos, ranked Battle Royale, Portal, building together. So let's see what they're saying. They said that, hi everyone. With the launch of Season 3, we've seen many of you jump back into the Battlefield 6 and share your experience across all of your channels. Whether it's defending the train and railway to Goldwood, hopping into vehicles, queuing up for Manhattan Bridge, or getting competitive in ranked Battle Royale. It's been great to see the energy around the latest update. Okay. We've seen positive reactions to the recent vehicle adjustments alongside ongoing discussions around matchmaking and ranked. We're continuing to review feedback on overall performance as more players share their thoughts. Let's take a look at some of the new content, gameplay updates and improvements arriving with Blast Point on June 9th. June 9th there's a lot going on June 9th. We have Destiny 2's final update, we have Blast Point, and then also like that's the last day for Marathon with their stuff. Interesting. Anyway, Cairo Bazaar, here we go. So here's the image, it looks pretty cool, looks a little fancy. Blast Point introduces Cairo Bazaar, our reimagined take on Battlefield 3 Classic Grand Bazaar, which is awesome. It said while the core experience remains true to the original, Cairo Bazaar has been rebuilt for Battlefield 6 with expanded destruction, updated combat spaces, and new opportunities for flanking and close quarter chaos. The action takes place within the streets and markets of Cairo, Egypt, bringing a more vibrant yet war-torn atmosphere to the experience while preserving the tight infantry-focused gameplay that made the original map a fan favorite. That's good. Now it might be a little crazy because of snipers and things like that. Sage, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome in, Raiders. How you guys doing? We're going over the updates for Battlefield 6 that's going to be coming up fairly soon. So we're going over the community notes. Hopefully your stream was good. Hopefully it was, hopefully you had a great time and stuff playing Minecraft. Heck yeah. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for trusting me with your community. Thank you. All right. So let's see here. They were saying that our mission for Cairo Bazaar is simple, bringing back what made it fun while opening up combat flow in new ways. Across the map, destruction can create additional pathways and shortcuts, helping reduce pressure on key choke points and allowing squads to create unexpected pushes through the environment. I wonder if this is pretty much like Hagenthal base, how they did that, because there's like tunnels that you can create and things like that going under the map for those tunnels and stuff, like in the middle, and then also like on both sides of the map there's like tunnels to the side that you can go through and everything, and holes that you can break through. So I wonder if they're expanding on that for Cairo Bazaar. That's my question. All right, so then it said veterans of the original map will still recognize the iconic combat spaces, including the central market pathway that will remain one of the most heavily contested routes through the map. At the same time, alternative routes around the outer streets will continue to support flanking and more tactical approaches for players looking to avoid the chaos at the center of the fight. Now, if I recall, that Grand Bazaar is going to be, well, I'll finish this up. We'll have more to share about Cairo Bazaar in the upcoming developer guide next week. including insights from current developers and a dice OG. Okay, so I think when it's coming to Battlefield's what's coming with Battlefield 6 and Cairo Bazaar is they're probably going to do like what they did with Battlefield 3, having that IFV, which we already know IFV is pretty tanky, especially with the recent update that they have. So they're going to have that. I don't know if they're going to have the MATV or the LTV. I'm not sure if they're going to have that in Bazaar. If they do, it has to be one or the other. It can't really be both of them, because those are pretty damn strong, especially if you're shooting the MRAP. If you're shooting the MRAP with like RPGs and stuff, oh man, it takes a long time. But I already know it's gonna be landmines galore, so who knows? We may see what could happen. When streaming was terrifying, we were messing around with the horror mod pack. Oh Jesus, that's gonna be I know Minecraft could be pretty insane. Gameplay improvements. All right, soldier visibility. This is a big one. I've seen this on Twitter a lot. A lot of people were talking about the soldier visibility, the updates to it. I think they have examples on this. There's a lot of people, including myself, are happy about this because we're tired of, the auto exposure where it like blends in the characters in the game. There's also Hagental base where if you have a character that wears black, they are completely invisible. It's almost like Rose from Modern Warfare 2019 Warzone. It's almost like that. It was pretty bad. All right, so then they said one of the most consistent areas of feedback that we've seen around is visibility during combat. Whether it's spotting enemies in dense foliage, identifying targets in darker interiors, or tracking players against complex terrain. We know how important it is that you can quickly read the battlefield and react with confidence. Yeah, the crazy thing is when it comes to that is you can't do it on consoles. I know that for sure, but I know for PC, you can try to lower your quality, like the terrain quality. You can increase sharpness and things like that, left and right. You can, and the thing is, you still won't be able to see the person. You will not. You could try everything under the sun, you still will not see the person. It's just that's how the game was designed. So I'm glad that they're making a change to that. They said that with this update, we made a series of improvements to the soldier visibility filter, helping soldiers stand out more clearly across a wider range of environments while maintaining the overall visual style of Battlefield 6. These soldier visibility filter improvements result in, okay, here we go, reduce visual noise around enemy characters, helping them stand out more clearly against terrain, foliage, and heavily detailed backgrounds. Better adaptation to dark interiors and bright outdoor environments, improving overall target readability during combat. Improved contrast, color separation, and silhouette definition to help enemy soldiers remain easier to identify across a wider range of combat scenarios. More consistent visibility behavior across both close and long range engagements. Reduce visual artifacts around soldiers and effects like fog, resulting in more natural appearance during combat. Together, these updates are designed to make target acquisition feel more reliable and engagement easier to read, especially in fast-paced or visually complex situations. Below are a few before and after examples showcasing the visibility improvements arriving with update 132 compared to the current experience in 131. Okay, so where is he at? Oh, okay, so damn, that is crazy. So right here, okay, a little closer. So 131 right here. So this is 131. This is what we're currently in. You guys right here. Okay, so just remember. So pretty easy to miss if you're like running around, scanning around, stuff like that, right? Now here's 132. Boom. A lot easier to see now. 131. And then 132 is coming up. That is crazy. Now let's see. He's right here. This 132, 131. So, I mean, usually people just put an RPG through that. So, anyway, or a tank round. I think what this is going to do, which is it's good. I think what this is going to do, this is going to alleviate the recon class a little bit, because a lot of people have been using recon for the auto spotting. Now it doesn't. Now the thing is, with the auto spotting, it doesn't happen for yourself. Like, it doesn't really show the orange marker or anything for yourself. Usually it's for your teammates. Sometimes it does it for you, and I'm not sure if that's supposed to happen or not. So that's something I've always been wondering when I was playing recon and doing the sniper challenges and stuff, or the masteries. All right, so they said that we're continuing to review feedback around combat feel and weapon behavior with further updates planned. As part of this, we'll be using Battlefield Labs to test upcoming changes and gather feedback before they go live. Vehicle updates. All right, let's see what we're doing. Vehicles. We're continuing to make targeted updates to vehicle gameplay in Blast Point, with a focus on improving situational awareness, control, and overall balance across both air and ground vehicles. Okay, air vehicles. Let's see. For air gameplay, we're making improvements aimed at giving pilots and gunners better awareness and more effective coordination during engagements. Okay, we are increasing the height of the mini-map area, or mini-map camera for aircraft, expanding the area covered by the mini-map while flying, and improving your ability to track activity across a wider area. Okay, the radar system upgrade will come equipped by default on all attack helicopters instead of occupying a customization slot. This allows pilots to maintain radar awareness without sacrificing other equipment choices, opening up more flexibility when customizing helicopter loadouts. Okay. To replace the radar system in customization, we're introducing thermal optics as a new upgrade option. I believe we had this in Battlefield 3, if I remember, for Chopper Gunner. Let's see. This enables a thermal camera for your gunner when they zoom in, helping them more effectively identify and track targets in a variety of combat scenarios. So no air radar. No air radar. I'm gonna say this: air radar for jets. It has to be season 4. It got to be season 4 for the naval warfare, because we're getting an F-18. We're getting Wake Island, and we're getting another. We're getting the Reef. I know that for sure. We're getting those, especially in F-18. We're getting that. Air radar has to be a thing. It has to be. They already talked about it before that air radar is going to be in it, so that needs to be a thing. It has to come in at that point, because then if not, that's just gonna ruin it for jet players. So, and please, for the helicopters, make it a little more agile. It's still too heavy. All right, ground combat. Here we go. They said we're making several updates to improve how vehicles interact with infantry and anti-vehicle tools, with a focus on creating consistent and flexible counterplay. The mobile anti-air vehicle will feature 2 new secondary weapon options, giving players more flexibility and opportunity for skill expression when engaging air targets. High-velocity anti-air missiles require more precise manual aim, but offer a much higher damage potential against larger, slower moving targets. Alternatively, laser guided anti-air missiles, which are like Stingers and things like that, provide improved maneuverability and tracking, allowing skilled players to more consistently pressure fast moving aircraft during engagements. I see RPG in the next one. Please be a good one. Please be good. All right. In addition to these updates, we're making smaller targeted adjustments across a variety of gadgets and vehicles. Notable highlights include a more intuitive trajectory for the RPG launcher. Okay. The addition of crawl speed for all land support vehicles, and balance changes to make armored personal transports vulnerable to heavy machine guns. So now you can take damage from a HMG, from a tank. Interesting. Okay, that's very interesting. But the intuitive trajectory for the RPG, is that increasing the speed of it? Is it increasing the is it decreasing the drop, so it's not as much of a bullet drop for it? Like, what are we talking about? Sprays, I'm not even gonna go into. I honestly don't. I'm just gonna be honest, I don't recall who was asking for sprays in the game. But we're not gonna talk about this. All right, portable mortars. Okay, this one's a pretty long one. So we are just going in this right now. The current state of mortars are destroying Breakthrough. When they did the update for, oh goodness, was it one? I think it was 1310. I think. Basically, the update, when they added mortars, mortars are able to be deployed in headquarters. It ruined Breakthrough through and through, because in for the enemy team and your own team, because there's a lot of people that would sit in. There'd be games that you would jump into, and a lot of the people would just sit in the spawn, just mortaring. And then on the enemy team, they do the same thing, and it's like, well, what's the point? And it's very irritating having those mortars. Even though they had a recent update saying that you cannot deploy a mortar until the mortar that you're currently is using is destroyed. It doesn't really stop anybody. It just means it just takes a little more time to deploy another mortar. That's it. All right, so portable mortar. In our previous community update, we have mentioned that additional mortar changes were already in development to further reinforce a more mobile shoot and scoop playstyle. With Blast Point, we introduced the following updates to solidify its role as sustained pressure and support tool, while improving opportunities for counterplay during combat. Portable mortars and missile intercept systems can no longer be equipped or placed together. This change is intended to reduce heavily protected mortar setups and encourage mortar players to actively reposition instead of safely bombarding objectives from a single location for extended periods of time. It's still happening because it's in their, if you allow them to be in their headquarters, it's still going to be a problem. That is the main issue. That has been like, it has been a problem ever since mortars were introduced into Battlefield, to be honest. But it's been even worse because they are now in a protected state, which means they're in their own headquarters. They can sit in the very back of the headquarters, and literally people have to go on a personal vendetta of driving a vehicle or flying a jet or flying a helicopter to go to the enemy headquarters and bombard them so they can get off the mortar, or you would kill them or something like that by killing them or like destroying their mortar or something like that. But also, update to enemy headquarters, the C-Rams, or their air defense, is far more deadly now. So if you're flying a helicopter and you're in the enemy area, it automatically locks onto you and it will shoot you until you are no more. There's no burst fire or anything. That thing will beam you out of the sky. It is crazy. All right, so it said that we're also reducing portable mortar health from 250 to 50. This means enemy counter battery fire will be significantly more effective with a single enemy shell capable of destroying a mortar and temporarily putting that player out of action while they wait to resupply. So people are just gonna go back and forth. That's it. It said that these changes are designed to create more active indirect fire gameplay while reinforcing teamwork, movement, and counterplay during engagements. We'll continue monitoring feedback around infantry combat and indirect fire gameplay as these changes roll out. Sorry. So recon players that are using snipers, pretty much you're still screwed. I hate to say it. You are still screwed because they haven't reverted the, if you're standing still, or stationary, you receive more damage than a player that is moving around. And we all know with snipers, you have to stand still to get those shots. You have to. Anyway, progression. They said that since launch, we continue to make adjustments to progression pacing across Battlefield 6 based on your feedback, especially throughout Season 2. One of the biggest areas we focus on is making progression feel smoother and more rewarding earlier in your play sessions, helping players unlock meaningful loadouts options faster and spend less time working through slower opening tiers. Okay. Compared to Season 1, players in Season 2 progress through the Battle Pass over 2.5 times faster on average, leading to substantially more Battle Pass unlocks and deeper progression throughout the season. We've also improved hardware mastery progression, with players now unlocking primary weapon attachments roughly 50% faster than before. These updates apply across all primary categories and sidearms, helping loadouts come together much earlier during progression. It said we'll continue to monitor the progression data and feedback as we move further into Season 3 to help ensure progression remains rewarding, consistent, and respectful of your time. My biggest thing I will say, when it obviously level 1 through 39 or to 40, you have unlocks, right? But when you get to 40 to 50, which is the mastery, there's nothing in between. So like 45, it would be kind of cool to get something kind of cool. I don't know if it's going to be like another skin, like another camouflage or something, but it'd be kind of cool. It'd be kind of nice to have something in the middle right there. So it's not like, okay, now you're just sitting there grinding out 10 levels to get to the mastery, you know, to get to unstoppable force. That's just me personally. All right. So looking ahead at gunplay changes. All right. This is going to be a very interesting one. We are continuing to iterate a wide range of gunplay changes aimed at improving combat depth, consistency, and overall weapon feel. Some of the areas we are currently exploring include adjustments to adjustments to damage multipliers across several weapon categories, alongside broader ballistic updates involving muzzle velocity, nice, drag bullet drop behavior, and bullet drop behavior. We've also begun testing narrower sweet spot ranges for bolt action rifles as part of our ongoing review of long range combat balance and weapon mastery. Can we just get rid of sweet spot? Like, don't narrow it. Can we just get rid of it? Because the issue is, if somebody sprints up to me and I have a PSR, I literally have to just give up because I can't get the kill unless somehow my crosshair is on their head. That's the only time. But if I have a 338 Lapua round and somebody's right in front of me and I shoot them square in the chest, that's not going to kill them. It's going to drop their health down to like 10 or like 20. That's it. It doesn't do anything. And then also weapon swapping is too slow, so you're just going to get gunned down anyway. It's a lose-lose for recon. So let's just get rid of sweet spots. If I hit you in the upper chest, regardless of range, here and up, just be an instant kill. Unless that is somehow a problem. I don't understand how that wouldn't be a problem. I know. Okay, so then they said we are also testing adjustments for recoil variation aimed at improving the handling, predictability, and consistency of automatic weapons during sustained fire. Okay, so I guess they heard of people being upset about the random recoil or random yeah, it is recoil variation, I believe, if I'm getting that right. I believe people were having issues with that, or people were talking about that. All right, so then they said early feedback from focused Battlefield Labs play sessions have been encouraging, particularly around the limb damage adjustments and overall direction of gunplay balance. At the same time, we know there is still more work to be done, and player opinions continue to vary on how these systems should evolve. Battlefield Labs remains an important part of us helping us test, iterate, and refine these changes alongside the community before they move forward into development. Now, okay, so sorry, let me go back to the sweet spot thing, right? So if they get rid of the sweet spot, I know people are gonna be like, well, they get rid of it now. People are gonna get shot in the chest, or the upper chest area, and be instantly killed. How can we combat against that? As much as I don't like it, you know, just give add in flinching. Not ridiculous amount of flinching, not like we get shot and you're like up here, you know, like a little pop-up or something like that. Do that. Add in some flinching for recon players. And there you go. Like, let me put it this way. For the flinch, it can be equivalent to, if you are ever, I don't know if anybody has ever done this, but if you are sniping next to a tank or an IFV, and the IFV or the tank shoots, it does the little, like, your screen kind of like wobbles a bit. Like, do that. I would just say that. Obviously have it like, so it's kind of like, you know, you kind of like come back to like your center of your screen. Like, do that. I think that would be okay. All right, RedSec. Really, I'm not gonna talk about RedSec, but if you guys want to, it's just like they add solos, things like that. They're still trying to balance and things like that. Let's see. Tanks and IFVs will be removed from the experience. Well, so they won't. So you guys won't have Big Bertha moments from, if you guys do remember, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 with Warzone. Big Berthas, everybody's driving around in trucks. Whoever's not in the truck would get run over, and then pretty much just like a truck showdown type of thing. They reduced the player count to 80. Okay. Let's see. Then ranked battle royales. Okay. Let's see here. Solos is rotating with duos, so there's gonna be a swap out. People are gonna be upset about that because they can't play like 24/7. Let's see, ranked battle royales. In the last update, introduced loot detection to help improve the opening moments of the match, guiding the player towards nearby equipment and getting them into light faster. What's the update? Okay. They got high value zone, so pretty much like how they did what's the name of the game, Apex Legends. When you drop somewhere, it'll be like you know, you're at the hydro dam or something, tier loot high, you know, or loot tier high, things like that. Portal, let's see here, railway to Goldman, they're being added there. Also June 9th, Bazaar, Cairo Bazaar will be added. And then after that, let's see here, community highlights, some modes. Okay, so we have Linden's Wake, we have KK's firing range. Let's see, enhanced firing range, aim trainer, and vehicle testing area with multiplayer support. Building together, let's see here. Season 3 would not be where it is today without the feedback, reports, and discussions we've received from all of you since launch and throughout every update. As we continue through the season, we remain committed to building Battlefield 6 together with our community and delivering an experience that keeps growing alongside the players who make it possible. Please continue to share any issues in our EA forums, join the community on the Battlefield Discord, and visit our website for the latest news, guides, and seasonal insights. See you on the Battlefield team. Okay. So let's see what some people are saying. All right. So they say, yeah, this is cool and all, but can you please fix the blinding lights around the boutique that is legitimately game ruining? Oh yeah. So this is going on in RedSec right now. Near the marina, there's a blinding light, and if I recall, yeah. So RedSec is having a lot of issues going on. Oh, here we go. Rotating solo and duos BR playtest only. Terrible idea. Why have players enjoy one mode for a week and then remove it the next? What the fuck? Just keep it simple. Solos permanently, duos permanently, ranked quads permanently. That's it. They said, thanks for all your hard work. Love that tanks and vehicles are not going to be in solos. They need to be removed from duos as well. 30 round mags aren't big enough. Animations for plating and reloading need to be faster. I'm still getting shot around corners. Please fix. This is something I said when I used to work there. They say that. The plating takes a long time. Now, when I was speaking to the devs about this issue, I thought they said there's two sets of plates. There's the purple plates that are a lot heavier and kind of harder to break. So it takes a long time to put the plates in. And then there's the blue plates, which you start out with, which are, I think they're ceramic plates. They're like lighter, and it should be a different speed of putting those in. So I was like, okay, but honestly, I didn't see a difference. I didn't see a difference when I played it. All right, so they said, what's wrong with you guys? Why are you buffing the attack chopper by giving it thermals when pilots are already going 250 and 0 every game? I want to see what this person has to say. You're on drugs if you think attack heli is OP. The effing thing is a feather and routinely gets blitzed out of the sky by every manner of rocket in the game. Only chopper going 250 0 is the Little Bird, which I happen to despise. It's raised rate. Yep. LB is not going 250 0, but that thing is made out of paper and easy to be countered. Yeah, that's true. The only people that are really going to get kills out of that chopper is the chopper gunner, honestly. Let's see. Biggest. We'll read a few more. Biggest issue with ranked. As a diamond player, and I am queuing with rookies, but my friends who a silver can't play with me because I'm too high ranked. This defeats the purpose of ranks, and while also causing a disappointing feeling of not being able to play with friends. Well, let's see. Finally, someone who says it. I haven't been able to play ranked with my friends for a week now because I ranked up faster than them. I'm a gold player, and some of them are rookies. But there were games where even as rookies, we played against top 250 players in the world. I think they're trying to balance that out. I think they're still trying to say like, hey, if you're like a certain rank or a certain like height in the game, or not rank, not height, but like a certain rank in the game, you can't be in the same bracket as these players. It's still new, so they're still working on that, I believe. Let's see. Well, because the player base is too low for ranked system, made no sense to introduce this mode. Would need to see insane percentage increase and consistent player base to even properly work, which is true. That is very true. Let's see here. Last one. Actually, these last two. We'll do these last two. When will you fix the overall poor optimization of the game and the VRAM overload in GPUs and CPUs? Even the latest RTX graphics cards are struggling to run the game. Imagine how much harder older ones are. We paid for the game and we want our answers and fixes. Anything here? They'll never fix or make a good game so long idiots pay for battle passes and cosmetics. It's simple. It's a simple thing to do, but retards will still fork over money for trash. Yep. But one of the best performing games I've played in years, 5080 with. Yeah, the thing is people can't afford that. Stop being broke and using bad optimization as an excuse for your shit hardware. If you don't know anything about hardware, don't bother me. You have a 5080 and one of the best processors currently available. Not everyone has those resources. That alone shows that you don't know anything. So sit down, shut up, and quiet quietly. You are. That is crazy. That is crazy. I mean, I'm running on an Intel 256. I'm running on that and then a 5080. So I can't really say much either. Like, I don't know what people are like running on 3080s. I don't know, probably a 2080 Ti Super. I'm not entirely sure. So last one, they said 2 seasons and you still haven't fixed this. Friendly squad revive icons opacity zoomed. Can't be at 0, otherwise you won't see any down teammate icon while not ADSing. You are a billion dollar company. You still can't fix this after 5 freaking months. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, so then they said, let's see, I'm curious about the majority of this feedback is taken from consideration from last labs tested April 29th. Group collection from all platforms, or are some viewed more than others? That's true. Hit reg, yeah. Sorry, this is gonna be the last one. Again, no meaningful change to any of the core problems. Hit reg is trash. Console aim assist is by far too much plus DC. PC players still can't disable crossplay, which honestly I think at this point for PC players. I don't think we're going to be able to disable crossplay at all, ever. It's now vehicle camp 6, and will 100% stay like that after this update. After playing infantry is useless with 2 OP vehicles. The thing is, everybody's just going to go play like the infantry based maps itself. So that is also another issue that I've seen with Battlefield. I mean, it's going to be an ongoing problem, ongoing issue, where there's a lot more infantry maps than vehicle based, like big map. Okay, we already know we're getting Wake Island, and then the reef that's going to be added. Let me see here. I think it's, yeah, Suru Reef. That map is going to be larger than Goldmud. Apparently, it's supposed to be bigger. So that's supposed to be. So that map is going to be the biggest map in the game, which, okay, I'm happy with. The thing is, again, when it comes to, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, okay. So the thing is, there's a lot more smaller infantry maps than big all-out war type maps. People would say Merrick Valley and Operation Firestorm, but I think that's personal preference. Me personally, I don't consider that as a big map. I consider that as a medium-sized map because and I hate to say it, but like going off a sniping distance, getting like a 1200 meter shot, like that's the longest that you can really get, compared to Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4's sniping distance, where you can get like 2K easy, 3K easy, well, somewhat difficult, but 2K and 3K, like that's different. That's a whole different thing, whole different story. So it's cool to see that we're getting larger maps, which means more weapon balancing. Again, I wish for the vehicles, jets, please give us the radar. Also, please give us a look back, like a chase cam. Give us that. I don't want to keep, like, as controller players, it is tough. I have to say it is tough because we always have to press, like, either hold down on the D-pad and then use the right stick to look around, instead of me just pressing down on D-pad so I can just look directly behind me, see if anybody's behind me or anything like that, and then I'll be able to turn. Because using the right stick and down D-pad, you disable yourself from moving left or right while trying to look around. That is a problem. That's like a big gripe that I have when I was flying jets and stuff. It's like, if I lost a jet, if I'm like going against a jet and I lost him, because we don't have air radar, so I don't know where the enemy jet is, but we're chasing each other. If I know he is, if I feel like he's gonna pull around me, be right behind me and like was, I don't know, coming around where, I'd like to have a chase cam so I can just immediately look back, all right, there's a person there, and then be able to like turn. If not, give us the air radar, so then at least I know like where each other are at. I think that's also a big thing when it comes to controller players. Like, we're at a like, people are at a disadvantage from that. Keyboard and mouse, I'm not entirely sure when it comes to Battlefield, when it comes to the jets in Battlefield. That I'm not entirely sure of. So, but I wanted to go over that. I wanted to discuss that. I'll make sure to have the article linked if you guys want to go over everything else. But yeah, that's pretty much the update that's going to be happening. I don't recall when they said it's going to happen, but it's going to happen at some point. So anyway, that's it. That's all I got for this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about Battlefield and things of that nature. Do you guys think that was a good update? Do you guys think they can make it better? Do you think this is actually making it worse? Things like that. All right. Stop channel. See you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.